Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
The waters of the world are beautiful, but at the same time very dangerous, with all sorts of creepy animals and freaky fish roaming around. It's not always in the depths of the ocean where we can find creepy creatures, but sometimes they can be found in the humbleness of rivers too. Let us have a look at some of such big river monsters. The size of number 1 will definitely shock you, so watch out for that. Number 8. Catfish. People in the 21st century think that a catfish is a weird creature who creates fake social media profiles in the hopes of hooking up with people. Like when they see you in real life, they might notice that you aren't really a walking phoenix or whatever. But anyway, catfish are also freshwater fish that sometimes resemble cats, hence the name catfish. This resemblance is due to prominent barbels, which look like whiskers of a cat. They are found all over Asia, Africa, Europe, and the American continents, and are often used for food, being a delicacy in the southern United States, where they are sometimes known as chuckleheads, mudcats, pollywogs, and the US even has a National Catfish Day, established by President Ronald Reagan. This massive type of fish can weigh up to 265 pounds, and if you're interested in consuming catfish, you can well imagine just how many mouths this gentle giant can feed. Alligator gar. The alligator gar has no relationship with the swamp-loving reptiles after which it is named, but this giant fish has a wide head and a pretty snapping set of razor-sharp teeth that certainly resemble that of the crocodiles and alligators. It is the largest species of the 7 species of gar and is said to be descended from a species of gar that first appeared nearly 160 million years ago. This is a pretty old fish, and they are known to be found in the Mississippi River Valley, which is where our heroic fisherman known as the Fish Whisperer online threw a line with a pretty hefty piece of meat attached to catch the alligator gar before he got a bite from those sharp teeth. Despite its aggressive-looking teeth, the alligator gar is not known to be particularly aggressive and does not attack humans. But still, it takes some nerve to get into the waters where these monsters swim. This one turned out to be absolutely enormous, measuring 92 inches in length, 42 inches in girth, and weighing about 230 pounds. And believed to be as much as 90 years old. This fish was swimming around rivers while the world was going through World War II. Our fish masters didn't want to disturb the fish for too long, and hence released it after capturing a short video clip. Number 6. Arapaima. If we have to name one river which has the most terrifying monsters, it's surely the Amazon. The South American river has had some of the most terrifying species, and few are even more monstrous looking than the Arapaima. These giant fish can measure up to 8 feet in length and can weigh up to 250 pounds or even more in some cases. This species is truly prehistoric, dating back to about 250 million years, and it still has some of the brutal features that were necessary to survive in the old ages, which include its armor-plating scales, which even the notorious piranha cannot bite through. In the depths of the Amazon, our courageous heroes Bill and Steve finally found what they had been looking for a long time, an Arapaima. They were able to catch it and hold it just above the surface for a few quick shots before they finally released it. It takes a lot of guts to do this because although it's not very ferocious, the Arapaima is very strong and can inflict a huge amount of pain by biting through human flesh if it wants to. But these fishermen had just the right skills to catch it, and then they just set it free to enjoy its best life in the depths of the Amazon. Number 5. Bull shark. You might think that taking a quick bath in the river instead of the sea would save you from sharks, but sadly, that isn't really the case. In South Africa's rivers, you'll find a species of shark known as the bull shark, and its numbers are increasing incredibly. British master fisherman Jeremy Wade didn't let the fearsome reputation of the bull sharks put him off. In fact, he actually wanted to investigate the appearance and powers of the bull sharks, and we must say that it takes an enormous amount of courage and skill to be able to catch such a massive predator. And let's not forget the importance of a good fishing rod, too. The shark didn't give in easily prey and took quite a lot of time to be able to catch it. At one point in the battle, the shark even started pulling the boat too, as it wanted to gain an upper hand. Eventually, Jeremy and his team gained an advantage and managed to hook and tie the massive predator. They took it to the shore and quickly underwent some tests which would let them determine why the sharks are being increasingly attracted towards rivers instead of their natural habitat. The shark, measuring 9.5 feet and weighing about 500 pounds, was then set free to enjoy its life swimming in the newfound habitat of rivers. Number 4. Electric eel. Now, let's jump back into the waters of the Amazon to have a look at the infamous electricity-producing incredible fish. The electric eel is actually a kind of knife fish rather than an actual eel, although it has an eel-like appearance, which led to the confusion back when they were first discovered and documented. This incredible kind of fish can produce an electric current that is strong enough to stop the human heart and cause death. Furthermore, they can do so at a mass of 900 volts, meaning that they can transmit current from a distance. They are also able to produce a lower voltage charge with another internal organ which they use for location and navigation. They have this unique ability to stun and kill with electricity that makes them a true monster. The master fishermen Bill and Steve didn't let the fear of sharks put them off on this mission of hunting for an electric eel, and they hooked it with a twig to ensure that they weren't on the receiving end of the sharks. Number 3. Stingray. In the Chao Phraya River in Thailand, a true monster lurks in the mud beneath the riverbed, the enormous stingray. Our fisherman Jeremy had a tough time catching this 4.5-foot wide male. Once hooked and taken into the boat, there were very tense moments while disarming the fish. Its stabbing barb attached to his tail is covered with seriously toxic mucus and is strong enough to pierce bone, let alone human flesh. The females of this species can be 8 times bigger than this already impressive 125-pound specimen. The female freshwater stingray is one of the largest freshwater fish in the world, and Jeremy hopes to catch one of them one day. With the declining population up to 95% in recent years due to overfishing and habitat destruction, it will surely not be an easy task to find one, despite its enormous size. Number 2. Giant tigerfish. The giant tigerfish lives around the basins of the Congo River in Africa and is a huge aggressive fish with predatory instincts. It grows up to 5 feet in length and has a mouthful of large, pointed, predatory teeth that help it pierce through its prey. Its teeth can measure up to 1 inch each. It can weigh up to 100 pounds and above. This monster fish has a badass reputation, and Swahili-speaking locals in the area have given it a pretty simple but descriptive name: the dangerous fish. Well, the name tigerfish also implies the amount of harm it can inflict too. It is an ambush hunter with excellent eyesight, and once it has something in those nasty teeth, there's not a lot of chance to escape. There have been many incidents that involve humans, and the locals believe that this fish hosts an evil spirit called Mbanga. This has led to the belief that the tigerfish is the most dangerous freshwater fish, and catching one is thought to be the peak of the skill among the anglers. In this video, we can see a Czech musician, TV presenter, and an extreme angler achieving the peak of angler skill by catching a giant tigerfish. And he is holding on to this monster with some care, because just have a look at those teeth. Before the sheer weight of the giant tigerfish starts getting a bit too much for Jacob, it is about time for mini jaws to go back into the river. Number 1. Bream. Bream is a pretty common freshwater fish, and they inhabit the rivers, lakes, and ponds, which are rich in nutrients. They live in quite large schools near the bottom, and they feed on worms, larvae, bivalves, and gastropods. When the bream become too populous, there is not enough prey for every fish, and they have the ability to become filter feeders, mainly feeding upon water fleas then. Females can lay up to 300,000 eggs during the breeding season. They are not commonly consumed as food by humans, but they are popular among the anglers for sport fishing because they are relatively easy to catch and because they don't put up battle while being caught or hooked. They are attracted to different kinds of bait, including maggots and sweet corn. The world record for the largest beam ever caught was back in 2012, when a fisherman caught one of them weighing over an incredible weight of 22 pounds. Now that's a lot of common bream. Which of these above-mentioned river monsters did you find the most horrifying? Tell us in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe. See you in the next one!